It feels gross because this player got 0 points last week. And welcome back to Couch Football with Luke and Ryan.
Hey.
So we've got some Week 6 reactions. We're going to do some NFL news. We've got a special themed Halloween segment.
Just one?
Technically 2.
Ooh.
It'll all fall under the same name though. And then we've got 2 primetime game previews we're going to do. So Week 6 sucked. Or not Week 6. Well, we just finished Week 7.
Week 8?
Did we finish Week 8?
It's going to be Week 9, dude.
Oh my gosh, I'm way off base. I don't know why I put Week 6 down. Oh, you know what? It's because for my show notes, I just copied the old ones from the last time we did an episode, which would have been Week 6. So.
I thought you were vertically dyslexic. That's just me.
Okay, so Week 8 reactions then. Crappy week for me.
Hey, just because the Bears lost to a team with a backup quarterback and the worst defense in the NFL does not mean that it was a bad week for the Bears.
I mean, Snoop Huntley is a Pro Bowler, so shut your mouth. But, yeah, so the Bears lost. That game sucked.
They pretty much got blown out by the Ravens.
They did sign C.J. Gardner-Johnson to help out with the fact that all 3 of their starting corners are injured. So maybe it'll help. You remember, he's the guy that talks nonstop trash. But he won a Super Bowl last year with the Eagles, so he can't be all bad, right?
Sure.
So yeah, Bears lost. In every single one of my fantasy leagues, I didn't put up 100 points. Even in the league where I scored 200 last week, or the week prior. So that hurt me bad.
You gonna give up on fantasy now because
I'm thinking about quitting, yeah. I'm thinking about just
should.
shelving the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Don't shelve the podcast, just stop doing fantasy.
This is our Halloween podcast, so we are both in full costume right now. It's a podcast, so they don't know. We can just say whatever we want.
Hang on, I can at least put on pants.
I am wearing a life-size, fully scientifically accurate T-Rex costume, and Ryan is dressed like Deadpool.
Okay, don't lie to him. I'm in full Spartan armor. And I
mean, no one's going to believe that.
And I mean from 300.
No one's going to believe that.
Halo's next year.
And then, we have a big man shout out from Week 8.
Big man?
Are you a big man? Huh? I'm talking to you.
Which goes to Anthony Nelson for his pick 6 against the Saints. Buccaneers linebacker.
He's got those hands.
Did you watch the play?
I did not watch the play.
Yeah, I'll pop it up for you real quick. 6'7", 271 pounds.
271. I mean, we're not at that 300-pound...
And he mushed Spencer Rattler into the ground during it. Here you go.
Oh, wow. Jumps up, blocks it like 2 feet in front of his face, catches it, and scores.
And then, like I said, mushes Spencer Rattler into the ground. So it adds insult to injury, or injury to insult.
Is that a verb, to mush?
Oh, it's a verb.
Okay.
We went over this last week, Ryan. Okay, you got anything else for Week 8 reactions?
No, not really.
Primetime was boring. Chiefs Commanders was a blowout. So
yeah, there was a fair amount of blowouts. Surprisingly, the Jets Bengals game was probably the most interesting to watch because it had the most scoring.
Yeah. Cole lost in the survivor pool because he took the Falcons with Kirk Cousins over the Dolphins, and he was wrong. So
that was a bad pick.
Down to 2 people in the survivor pool. All right, I'm one of them. I'm going to splice in clapping.
I guess you can do what you want, but nobody's clapping.
Oh, there will be clapping. Okay, let's go ahead and check in on the news team.
News team, assemble!
Okay, so we'll start off with some rough stuff. Cam Scadabers dislocated his ankle, out for the season. Pretty similar to when Dak dislocated his ankle, except for I don't remember how much ligament damage Dak had, but with Scadaboo, there is ligament damage. So he'll be out for the year. This was the injury that Godwin had last year. Godwin is obviously still dealing with issues from it. So Scadaboo, he had an open fracture, and he had to get a ligament fixed. So, yep. I mean, it's sad. The joke that like a lot of people make online is that he was going to have a very fun 2-year career just from his running style, but I don't think anyone thought that he would actually have a very serious injury happen 8 weeks into his NFL career. So it's a rough one. Tyrone Tracy, if he was out there on waivers, I'm sure that people were bidding for him. I peeled back, Ryan, from what I was telling you. I bid 27 instead of 35. I had 35 remaining.
You probably outbid the next person by like 15.
$2. I won.
$2.
Yeah, I felt good. That's the first time I felt good. Hassan Haskins burnt me real bad in that league, so it felt good to get a little bit of redemption there. Even though Tracy probably, when he was the starter, he was getting like 6 points. So Scadaboo, that was a bad injury. Ryan wants to really talk about Carson Wentz, so I guess we'll talk about Carson Wentz.
How could we not talk about Carson Wentz?
So he'll miss the remainder of the season. He had shoulder surgery done. So Vikings pivot to who was supposed to be the starter, J.J. McCarthy.
Who is also coming back from injury. Meaning that they're about to be on their, fourth string QB?
Okay, hang on.
Who I did pick up.
J.J. McCarthy is not actually hurt anymore. They just weren't playing him because he didn't look good when he was starting.
He still has a questionable tag.
They say he's questionable with an injury, but really he's been healthy for probably 3 weeks. He was just bad when he was the starter. So
why can't I put him in my IR slot every week then? Tell me that.
Why do you have him on any roster other than Dynasty?
Dynasty's the only roster.
Okay.
But
yeah.
Still stands. The Vikings are going through some things.
Mm-hmm. Carson Wentz, he wasn't perfect, but I will say, I think this does hamper Jordan Addison. I think Jefferson will probably be fine. Hawkinson, who you probably haven't even been starting for 3 or 4 weeks now, but
I'm still starting.
I'm cutting him.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, when we get to, I haven't had to yet because push hasn't come to shove, but I will be cutting him. So those were the 2 serious injuries. Got some good news for one particular person, Aiden Hutchinson, 4-year contract extension for the Lions, so he should be a Lion for close to the remainder of his career. Well deserved, obviously coming off of the year where he broke his leg and missed the Lions' whole run that they made. And probably, if he would have been playing, they might not have gotten taken out in the divisional round by the Commanders. So, good news for Aiden Hutchinson. If you like guys making millions and millions of dollars to play a game.
I'm fine with it.
Terry McLaurin re-injured his quad and is out for Week 9.
It's okay. They got Debo, who probably will play.
So, we're going to preview Commanders later, but so Debo, you'll be firing up. Ertz, you should be firing up because Jaden Daniels should be back. What we learned is never play Ertz with Marcus Mariota, but he's okay to play with Jaden Daniels. So, especially when one of the top receivers is injured. Ryan, did you hear about Joe Flacco?
Joe Flacco. I saw there was some situation with him, but I did not delve into it.
It's an AC joint injury. He is in jeopardy of missing the game against the Bears. So, as Bears fans, maybe it's a get-right game for them, but we shall see.
Jeez, who's behind Flacco?
Well, they would go right back to Jake Browning. So, as a Bears fan, I think you hope for Jake Browning.
So, pick up the Bears defense. Might be a good idea.
We'll
see. Maybe that's
the Bears defense is really banged up in the secondary, so I still don't even know if I would play them.
But that means they're going to lean heavy on the run then, if they go back to Browning.
Maybe. Isaiah Pacheco is considered week to week with an MCL sprain. I cut him in the league where I have him because, bench spots are kind of at a premium. My IR slot's already filled. So, And he hasn't even been good, even though he's technically the starter, because they never let him get touchdowns. All touchdowns go through Kareem Hunt. So if you don't have an IR slot and you have Isaiah Pacheco, I think you can probably cut him loose. Kareem Hunt is probably a good play going forward. And, I mean, maybe this is when Brashard Smith does finally start getting actual snaps. So, see what happens there. Going back to our big man shout-out, Saints have now named Tyler Show as their starter. He's a rookie quarterback. So, maybe this had a little something to do with Rattler throwing a pick six, a 3-yard pick six, and then getting stomped into the ground by the linebacker. You know, I hate to keep rubbing salt in the wound, but it is a hilarious play to watch. If you haven't watched it yet, you should check it out. But
it is pretty crazy. And it's a slight correction.
Mm-hmm.
Slight correction. I believe it's Tyler Shuck.
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 Shough, and it's Shuck.
I know how it's spelled. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Shuck.
All right, well, I'm never pronouncing that name ever again.
Well, because my dynasty team was Shuck It Deep, so you know. Yeah.
So you want it to be Shuck, even though you might not.
I am 90% sure it's Shuck.
Okay.
Because I looked into it.
All right, Ryan's running back Quinshon Judkins is day-to-day with a shoulder injury.
He's not just my running back.
But that's why.
I need Samson.
And that's pretty much all I got for news, so.
I don't know. That's all I want to talk about.
That's all you care to talk about?
Well, I just wanted to make sure people knew the Shuck news and then move on from there. So.
Okay. I mean, the Jets won a game, so they might, if Tyrod Taylor is healthy after the bye, I expect him to probably get the start, but who knows? I mean, bye week is a good time for them to make adjustments, so. I mean, they barely beat the Bengals, who, it's hard to tell if the Bengals are good or not, so.
Ooh, one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Bowers is now healthy after being out. Being questionable each and every week, and then being out. But now he's finally healthy, and we'll play Week 9.
Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and do Trick or Treat. Okay, so Trick or Treat, this is our Halloween segment. It's kind of a two-parter, but the first part is going to go pretty quick. So it's actually called Trick or Treat because we are talking about betting lines. We're talking about the discount lines on Sleeper for Thursday Night Football, and I'm going to go through them, and we are just going to say our piece on whether or not we think that it's a trick or it's a treat. Lately this year, I feel like the Sleeper Picks discount lines have been more likely to not happen. I've had several parlays where 2 out of the 3 legs hit, and the one that doesn't is the Sleeper discounted line, so... I'm going into this segment a little biased, but you know, it is what it is. So these are for Thursday Night Football once again. So we're gonna go with Zay Flowers, who is discounted from 68.5 receiving yards to 59.5 receiving yards, going up against Miami. Pretty decent against receivers, despite the fact that the rest of the team is a dumpster fire. So
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So Ryan, what's your take on Trick or Treat for Zay Flowers?
Well, let me tell you about who's throwing the ball to Zay Flowers. Lamar Jackson is now back. So I think Lamar Jackson with Zay Flowers is a whole lot better than Huntley. So it's definitely a treat.
Yeah.
Smash the over.
So Zay Flowers, he has gotten 59.5 yards in all but 2 games, despite the fact that he didn't have Lamar for most of these. He hasn't had Lamar for probably 3-4 weeks now.
Yeah.
So
3 weeks, 5 days.
Yeah. So
32 hours.
It's actually, I think it's been more than that, but either way. So yeah, I'm comfortable taking the over, even if Lamar does surprisingly miss again, because he gets the yards. He barely got it with Snoop Huntley, but he still got it. So I take treat as well. The next one has to do with Tua. So this is not a slashed line, meaning they didn't take his stat and then discount it from where the stat is. They just boosted the line. So instead of being whatever the multiplier was before, it's now a 2-time multiplier, meaning you double your money from having this pick in your parlay. So Tua for 219 yards against Baltimore. So bad defense.
The worst defense in the NFL right now, I believe. At least in fantasy.
They got a pick against the Bears, but
Well,
I will point out Tua has only gotten more than 219 yards in 2 games so far this season.
the heart wants to say it's a treat, but it's got to be a trick.
Yeah, he threw 4 touchdowns last week, and that saved his fantasy week. But he still only had 200 yards. So for 219, I'm going to say a trick. And finally, we have a 1.95 time boost for Derrick Henry's yards against Miami, which is a decent matchup for him. The line is 87.5 rushing yards.
Yes.
Ryan says treat.
No, Ryan just says yes. If I have Derrick Henry, why wouldn't I play him?
Well, you have to play him because you draft him with a first rounder, typically.
89.5 against Miami.
Killed me in the chop league.
Chicago was supposed to be a good matchup for him, and he didn't get that. Well, I'm going to say it's a trick.
I am also going to go trick. So just like Tua, he has only gone over 87.5 yards twice. And one of them was that awesome Week 1 performance. They gave you so much hope. And then the very next week, he ripped your heart out of your chest. And then the next week, he did the same thing. And then the week after that, he got you eliminated from your survivor pool. Or no, your chop league.
I was going to say, you got chopped, let it go. It happens.
No, this is just a broad statement that anyone can relate to.
Okay. It seems to specifically mirror your situation, but I can vouch that it's random, I guess.
Okay, so that was 1 treat and 2 tricks. So, Sleeper, get your act together. Your discounted lines are terrible. That's what we're saying.
Yes.
Sponsored by Sleeper. Use promo code COUCH for nothing. But okay, so second section of our Halloween segment is we're going to talk about our favorite trick plays of 2025 so far. So, Ryan, I will let you go first.
Well, my favorite trick play was done by Bama in college. They threw a bubble screen to a lineman, and he ran for a number of yards. But we're doing NFL right now.
That is accurate.
I'm gonna go recent. We're gonna go back to the Bengals Jets this past week, where their running back, Brees Hall, chucks it deep. Well, no, he gets the handoff, runs it out, and then throws it deep for a touchdown. So I have often heard that coaches do not want running backs throwing the ball, and they let them do it with no prior experience, meaning that he wasn't a QB in college or maybe in high school. I guess I don't know. But, yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, so that play was a game winner. And the thing that I liked about it was he pump faked and then still got it in there. So, and I'm pretty sure the pump fake actually did fool the coverage. So yeah, I thought that play was pretty nice. I'm going to go a similar play that was ran against the Bengals. I'm going with David Montgomery's passing touchdown against the Bengals. Almost on an identical play. But the reason I'm actually going for it is because, for one, I can't do the Jared Goff receiving touchdown because it was called back due to penalty. But
that's a fair point.
No, I'm going with Montgomery, though, because it's more the sentimental value of that play. So David Montgomery was a high school quarterback in Cincinnati. So that was the reason they dialed up that play. So I thought it was cool. They let him get a passing touchdown in the city where he played high school football as a quarterback. So I also want to shout out, as a Bears fan, I want to shout out the Bears flea flicker versus the Cowboys. It was a 65-yard touchdown, 62.1 air yards, meaning the ball was in the air for that long. So as a Bears fan, it's been a long time since I've gotten to see a play like that.
It's crazy.
The week after, I also enjoyed, they ran a fake flea flicker, which I thought was actually, it didn't do very much, but I just thought it was cool. They gave it to the running back, and he fake pitched back to the quarterback and then took off with it. And the blocking scheme looked like it was going to be a passing play. So, didn't get that many yards, but it was just cool to see. So,
yeah, and what was it back in the day? I thought, was it Hester that did the fake punt return where he called everyone over.
Yeah.
If we were going all time, that was going to be mine.
Somebody ran that. I think it was my brother Logan's. I remember we were playing backyard football one time, and we kicked it off, and someone tried to run that play. It didn't work, but someone tried to. So
it was a
good old backyard football moments there.
Bears classic.
Yeah. I mean, back in those days, the Bears had no offense, so at least we had fun special teams and defense that we could watch. So, okay, let's go ahead and transition. And we are into our first game preview. So we've got the Chiefs at the Bills. 5-3 Chiefs. Bills are 5-2. Bills finally had a get-right game. I mean, it was against the Panthers, but finally James Cook got going again. He's actually getting rushing attempts for the first time in a while. And then, I mean, the team as a whole, they stopped them. Andy Dalton got 0.10 fantasy points in the league that I started him in, so that shows you how dominant the Bills were. Isaiah Pacheco is questionable week to week, so he'll probably be out. Hollywood Brown is questionable. Josh Simmons, Trey Smith, questionable. Not many questionable players on the Chiefs' defense. The Bills, Josh Palmer's questionable. That's about the only significant one for him. So
Ray Davis?
I guess he's questionable, but... I mean,
well, it's just... If anyone's going to vulture a touchdown, it's going to be Ray Davis.
It's true, but I still don't like Ty Johnson being there. So okay. Ryan's going to go over the betting lines.
Yes, I am. So these are from Yahoo Sportsbook. The spread is -2 for Kansas City. So they think Kansas City is going to win. And over-under at 52.5. And then 59% of people think Buffalo is going to win this. So that is usually about 15K people vote on this. So a lot of people are seemingly to take the upset, if you can call it an upset, but based on the lines.
Yeah. I actually made a mistake. I thought that this game was actually primetime, but it's actually a 3:25 game, so it's actually right there in the afternoon slate.
Oh, so we will review the primetime game. Never mind.
No. We're not reviewing the primetime game.
We are changing it to Seahawks Commanders.
Well, we are going to preview that game, but...
Oh.
I thought this was the Sunday night game, and it's not.
Monday night. Okay, fine. We'll do Monday night. Cardinals Cowboys. I know you wanted to review this one.
All right, let us in. Now, I thought this was primetime because I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I'm right about this. I have yet to see the Chiefs play an away game on primetime this year, and I thought this was going to be the first one, but it's not, because it's not technically primetime. So, the Chiefs almost never play games at noon, so. So because it's not primetime, I'm much more bored by that. No, I'm not. So, you know what I actually want to do? Because I don't have a ton of storylines. I think this should be a good game. I think the Chiefs have been playing some really good football lately, and then the Bills finally got it right after losing 2 straight. So I think it'll be a good game altogether. But Ryan, you know what I want to actually do is I actually want to do our old school team breakdowns for this one.
Ooh.
We have forgone these for most of this year, just because a lot of times they're kind of boring and they kind of take a long time. But I want to do it for this one just because I'm curious to see where we'll land on things. So there's 5 categories, and we're going to go over which team we think is stronger at each category, and then we're just going to see where we sit from there. So, at quarterback, we got Josh Allen versus Mahomes. Who do you think is stronger there?
Well, if you go by stats, it's Mahomes, because he has 2,100 yards to Allen's 1,500. So
how many picks though?
They both have 4. Same number of picks. Allen has 5 less TDs. It's kind of tough to call, although Allen has more rushing attempts, rushing yards. Oh, wait. That is not the case. It usually is, but it's not. So I don't see a world where it's not Mahomes that you're favoring here.
Yeah. I also take Mahomes. Last time I checked, Mahomes is the number 1 fantasy quarterback this year, which is crazy because the Chiefs are 5-3. They've lost 3 games after losing like 2 all of last year. So I'm gonna take Mahomes.
Kind of feels like the king is back, you know?
Yeah. I'll say both of these teams, and I'll say this when we get to wide receivers and tight ends, or this more pertains to that, but funnily enough, these are 2 teams where it's hard to tell which pass catchers are going to have good games, which ones don't. But yet both quarterbacks seem to do pretty well, especially like fantasy-wise. So kind of an annoying team to go for pass catchers on, but before we get to that, we got running backs. So we're going to say Pacheco's out. So we're going to say Kareem Hunt and Rashard Smith versus James Cook and Ty Johnson.
Maybe Ray Davis as well.
Possibly Ray Davis.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to really pick either side, but James Cook, who's like, what, number 5 in fantasy running backs? I mean,
he was like number 1, but 2 horrible weeks and a bye week. So.
You got to pick him. He's involved in the passing game as well. So, in terms of versatility, he's definitely beaten out Kareem Hunt and some rookie.
Yeah. So I agree. So I'll also take the Bills. So we're gonna go pass catchers, wide receivers, and tight ends. This one to me is the hardest category. Quarterback is tough, but this one is actually like super tough. I feel like because I think the Bills have a lot of depth. But so do the Chiefs, and now with Rashee Rice back, Kelsey got it going on Monday night, so I'm inclined to take the Chiefs on this one, but I do think it's pretty close. So, but I think I'm gonna go Chiefs. So,
I'm hammering the Chiefs as well. I mean, it's
all right. Don't act like it's a toss. Don't act like it's a gimme.
You got 2nd round pick Rashee Rice back. You got 1st round pick Xavier Worthy healthy. You got Travis Kelce.
Tyquan Thornton can catch a 60-yard bomb every once in a while.
Yeah, sure. Get him into the mix as well.
Hollywood Brown may or may not.
Noah Gray, if you want to sub out Kelce. I mean, I get that the Bills have some good people as well. Keon Coleman, their 1st rounder, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? 2 years ago. Is good, and Shakir has done really well for a person drafted as late as he was. But it's just, they seem to rest on Josh Allen. Kind of like what they were doing for Mahomes for a little bit. The Bills, for pass catchers, kind of seem like the Chiefs, but 3 years ago. You know? They're trying to get some good talent in there. Not saying that they don't already have talent in there, but some larger names, more notoriety. It's like when Tyreek Hill left the Chiefs, they were kind of searching for players, and then the pass catchers were, I don't know, MVS and some others, and you're kind of just like, well, they still have Mahomes, so he'll get it done, and that kind of feels like that's what the Bills are doing right now after getting rid of Diggs, 4 years ago now? So.
It's been a minute. I mean, fantasy-wise, I think the Chiefs are safer when it comes to, like, you're playing Rashee Rice no matter what. You're playing Travis Kelce probably no matter what. And then the rest, Worthy is really fringy. Hollywood Brown, you're probably not playing anymore. Juju, you're never going to play. Tyquan Thornton, you're probably never going to play. So, but then the Bills, it's really tough. Like, Kincaid is the only one that I would absolutely be playing.
Well, are you playing Xavier Worthy over Shakir or over Coleman?
Yes. Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I think so. Okay. Defense is next. This was pretty close.
Is it, though?
It's pretty close, but I think the Chiefs have been a little more consistent.
Chiefs' defense has been ridiculous.
I mean, fantasy-wise, on the season average, Chiefs are 12 on Sleeper and Bills are 15. So, they're pretty close. But the Chiefs, they've been pretty consistent against, like, they do what they should do. They beat up on the bad teams, and then they find ways to win against the good teams like the Lions. So,
it sounded like a big bully.
So, yeah, I'll go Chiefs here. It's crazy, though, because the Chiefs lost to, like, Jacksonville, and they've had some, like, really atrocious games, but so have the Bills. So, I guess it is what it is.
Yeah, some of the games they've played, Chargers, Eagles, Detroit, the Giants, Baltimore without Lamar, I believe. was in there. And I guess you could say Washington's decent. But the Chiefs' defense is actually number 2 in the NFL in points allowed, which is crazy. So teams just don't score on them. They don't have the most sacks or the most picks, but teams just don't score. And the Chiefs have a good, what is it called? Ball holding percentage? Time of possession. That's what it is. Ball. Okay, so don't clip that.
Possession?
Ball holding percentage was a very apt way to describe that.
It was a good guess.
Yeah. Anywho, time of possession has been ridiculous for the Chiefs as well. So are they running out the clock? No, because they don't have a running game. So they're just getting the ball, doing small yardage gains, and just running out the clock every game is what it seems like on paper.
Yeah. I mean, they did the same thing last year, so sounds like we like Chiefs there as well.
Yes. That is to say, I'm picking Chiefs there.
Yeah. And then coaching's the last one. In the past, I feel like this one's been more of a toss-up for me, but I'm going to actually go Chiefs here because I don't think any of the Chiefs' 3 losses really relate to coaching, whereas the Bills, I do blame coaching for the Falcons game, for the Falcons loss. Like, just the play calling was super all over the place, and it didn't make any sense to me. So I go Andy Reid here.
I really want to go with the Bills as well too.
I went with the Chiefs.
You did?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I blame the coaching for the Bills' losses, for losing against the Falcons. I don't blame Andy Reid for the Chiefs losing to the Jaguars. That game just bounced their way.
Yeah. We all heard that. I just wanted to hear you say it again, just so you know. When it comes up and the Bills win this weekend.
Are we going split here, Ryan?
I think it's more impressive to do stuff with less talented people. So I'm going. I'm going Chiefs. And hear me out. Less talented.
Devil's advocate.
Mahomes, Xavier Worthy, Rashid Rice. Yeah, less talented people. No, it's their run game, for sure. If you don't have a run game, that means you're passing the ball the whole time. It means that you only really need to rush 3 guys, if that. So it's limiting your play calling, and they're still maxed out on time of possession. They're still, top 10 in scoring and all that. So I would say I don't know if Andy Reid's the play caller. Probably not. But anywho, because of that reason, that they don't have a good run game, I think it's more impressive that they've been doing well.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I wouldn't say they don't have a run game. It's not near as good as the Bills. Well, that's the thing, is that it's just a huge timeshare, I feel like. So, like, fantasy-wise, it's just terrible. But I think, for the most part, they can move the ball, just not like the Bills can. The Bills obviously rely super heavily on the run. So
Sorry? The run game has been Patrick Mahomes, obviously.
I mean, that is true. He's leading the team in rushing yards. So
they have him when it comes to rushing.
It is. I mean, he is finding a way to win that. So, going off of this, I'm realizing I misspelled the Chiefs on my document right here.
Oh, E-I-I-E?
Mm-hmm. That is what happened. I wasn't paying attention to the spelling, but... So, going off of this, the Chiefs have won... They won 4 out of the 5 categories. The only one they didn't win was running back, so... Are we saying that the Chiefs are going to win?
We're saying if
I'm saying the Chiefs are going to win. So Ryan, you just give your piece now.
I just give my piece.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm taking the Chiefs to win this game.
Everyone on Yahoo thinks the Bills are going to win. So
everyone's on Yahoo is stupid. That's why they never moved on to Google, the better search engine.
But I think if the Bills lean heavily on the run game, as they should, they will do well. And so I am going to take the Bills here with the rest of everyone else.
So Yahoo takes the Bills, huh?
I am going to hit the under, though, for it.
What are the people on Bing saying?
Bing Hang on. I can check.
Check Bing Sportsbook.
No. I got DuckDuckGo first, and then I go Bing.
Okay.
So, But
DuckDuckGo Sportsbook.
it's lesser named, but very, very, very good presentation on that site. No.
So I take the Chiefs. Ryan takes the Bills.
I take
and
the
Ryan's
Bills.
taking the under. So
I think you have to hammer the under. The Chiefs' defense is just phenomenal. But Josh Allen, third and fourth quarter, is ridiculous as well. So
yeah, I need to get a less creaky chair for this podcast.
they can't hear it.
Oh, it can hear it. Things creaking. I mean, it's good for the Halloween episode, but it's not. Okay, let's go to the next game. So we've got the Commanders we've got the Seahawks at Commanders. Seahawks are 5-2, coming off their bye. Commanders are 3-5. This game is prime time. This is Sunday Night Football. The Seahawks don't have any significant injury. Devin Witherspoon, their corner, he's questionable, and then their free safety Julian Love is questionable. So offense, everything is looking solid for them. And then the Commanders, so Jaden Daniels, a little bit of news on Jaden Daniels. Dan Quinn said Thursday that Daniels will have a full week of practice. He's expected to get a full week of practice at least. So he should be back, making this game relevant for both fantasy and just relevant in general, because even though the Seahawks have the better record, I think this game will be tougher for them to win. So we'll see what the people on sportsbooks are saying. So
Yeah, so they have the Seahawks winning this game. The spread is -3, though, so it's still fairly tight. Over-under is at 47.5. So, average scoring game.
yeah, I guess So on the Commander side, so like I said, Daniel should be playing, but McLaurin is out. We already knew that. Laramie Tunsil, the left tackle, he is questionable. And that's pretty much it for the serious stuff. So when it comes to fantasy, you're starting Debo. You're probably starting Zach Ertz. You could maybe start Luke McCaffrey.
No.
You could maybe start Luke McCaffrey.
You are not starting Luke McCaffrey. And he'll probably go off because I'm saying this now.
Exactly.
But
Careful what you wish for.
There are many people I would start before Luke McCaffrey.
What about Krusty Merritt? He's had a rough go of it lately.
Yeah, it's interesting whether to play Merritt or McNichols for this. I think you got to play Merritt.
Yeah.
He'll bounce back if he gets enough reps.
If you got him, you're playing him. I mean, unless you're fortunate enough to where he's like your fourth best running back, but I don't think most people are in that boat given the way that this season has turned out for running backs. So
he really hasn't had enough carries to, at least I think, to really get going. The max carries he's had so far was against Chicago. He had 17. Every other week it's under 15. Last week it was under 10. So if they want him to be a good runner, if they want the run game, maybe hand it off instead of letting Daniels run it.
yeah. Okay, let's flip it over to the Seahawks. I'm going to take this moment. We haven't done a Seahawks game yet this year, so I'm going to take this moment to apologize to JSN. I was harsh on you.
Who are you now?
Especially during the draft. I did draft him, though, so that can't mean, like, that doesn't say, like, that I completely didn't believe in him, because I drafted him.
Were you forced into drafting him, or did you make that choice yourself?
It felt a little bit like my hand was forced.
Okay.
I'll say I think I dodged a bullet. So the pick before I had to take JSN, A.J. Brown was still available at the second round turn. And, man, I had my fingers crossed. I was like, oh, I'm going to get A.J. Brown for one of the last picks of the second round. This is going to be sweet. And then the one dude in our draft that was auto-picking automatically drafted A.J. Brown. I was so mad, so I drafted JSN. And turns out JSN, even after the bye week, is still number 2 on the year's wide receivers. So
number 1 in receiving yards, though.
Even after the bye, so
Yeah.
JSN. I that being said, if Puka wouldn't have gotten hurt, he would be like number 3 after the bye. But
probably
either way, JSN, I'm apologizing to you now, which means you're probably going to have a bad game now. But it was warranted. The guy's been unstoppable. That being said, Cooper Kupp has been disappointing compared to what you thought he might be able to do this year. So, would you play Cooper Kupp in this matchup?
Cooper Kupp, I don't really want to play him in general. I mean, he gets on average 3-4 targets a game. I don't feel
it's a good matchup though. So that's the thing that kind of gives me a little bit of hope. But yes, he's got 1 target. Before the bye, he had 1 target, 3 targets, 9 targets, 5 targets, 3. So yes, the 2 9-target games he's had kind of feel like outliers. That being said, I think he's in flex territory just because it is a good matchup, but you're hoping and praying for a touchdown. The rookie Torrey Horton, I'm not saying he's fantasy startable, but he's been pretty good. I like dynasty-wise, I think he's a good stash. So, Ken Walker, Zach Charbonnet, you're probably playing Ken Walker, Zach Charbonnet, you're probably on the fringe of flexing, I'd say. Charbonnet is always there to vulture a touchdown from Walker, so.
I mean, it seems like they're splitting rushes, too. I mean, Charbonnet's gotten... was Walker out for any games? But doesn't look like it. So. But he got more rushes than Kenneth Walker a couple games ago. This past week it evened out, but you got to play both, right? If they're both getting the same thing, I mean, you're flexing both, but if you have both, play both. If you don't have an open flex slot, then play Walker.
That doesn't always work, but yeah. And then AJ Barner, the tight end, he's been kind of sneaking up. He's sneakily been rising on people's trending for fantasy purposes.
3rd most targeted on the team.
Yeah, so I don't know. Probably a bench stash in fantasy right now, but and then Sam Darnold. He had a bad game against Houston. Washington's a really good matchup, though. They're coming off the bye. He's been sneakily good. I mean, the team's 5-2, so usually that's pretty indicative of quarterback play. So he's got a rough slate after this game, but I think for now he's a good play for this game. So
yeah, I would echo that. He's top 10 in passing yards on the year, so that's pretty cool. And he's been throwing it more. Now, he hasn't been throwing it as well, meaning that his completion percentage dipped a little bit. But passing the ball over 30 times is a benchmark you want to see for quarterbacks. If it's under 30, they're kind of more of like a Justin Fields sort of character than a top-tier passer.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all I wanted to go over on this game. I think it'll be a fun primetime game to watch as long as Jaden Daniels is active. And that being said, you said it's -3 in favor of the Seahawks?
Yes.
I am going to take the upset, and I'm going to take the Commanders win as long as Jaden Daniels plays. If he plays,
Jaden Daniels groupie.
As long as he plays, I think that the Commanders have a really good shot at winning this game. So that's my piece on it.
Oh, over under? You think it's going to be
what was it? 40?
47.5. It's kind of mid-tier.
I'd take the over.
Okay.
If I'm taking the Commanders to win, I think the over is going to hit. Because I think if the Seahawks are playing from behind, they're going to be airing it out a little bit. I think JSN should get some work. And we'll see. So
I mean, not the best defenses, so I could see the game hitting the over. Well, yeah. I'm going to do the exact opposite, though. I'm going to take the Seahawks, and I'm going to smash the under. Not smash. I'm going to take the under. Because you don't want to get violent here. But
that's right. That was me being so upset. It definitely wasn't me just dropping my phone.
the Seahawks are debatably better on paper in every single category. You could argue head coach in either regard, but I feel they have more talent at this point than the Commanders. So
yeah,
Seahawks at -3 sounds. I might hit that.
-3. It was -3.5, right?
No, -3.
Oh, just -3. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because if they lose, it's only going to be by a field goal, and there's your -3. So you're gonna.
It's true. If it was 3.5, I would have been more.
I think
about it,
you hit the spread for the Seahawks regardless. But.
Yeah. I mean, if you were going to just do a straight bet on the favorite, then...
Luke doing a straight bet. That's a good joke.
If I was going to do a straight bet on the favorite, then I'd probably... See, I would probably just bet the spread, but... I've gotten into trouble on those types of bets before where it's like, oh, that means that they'll win by a field goal. You know, how often is a game a 1 or 2 point game? Turns out more than you would think, because all the time that happens to me when I bet those odds, so...
Yeah. Just to clarify, the funny part of the straight bet was not a homosexual joke. It was Luke does a lot of parlays and they haven't been hit.
That's right. We keep it PC on this podcast.
So just to clarify.
I haven't been doing as many parlays this year that involve actual teams winning or losing, though, because we live in Illinois, and...
we can bet in Illinois.
You can bet in Illinois, but... They've made it much more. They've made it much less appealing with the fees that you have to pay per wager, and then they also upped how much you have to give up on taxes due to sports betting. So it's definitely they've made it less fun. Thank you, Illinois legislation, for once again making things fun.
Quick tip though, don't have to worry about taxes if you don't win any money. So
Ryan is doing just fine.
I can claim so many allowances on my taxes just because I am so far in the negative. We talking triple digits here.
Okay, let's go ahead and finish off with the fantasy window.
Fantasy window.
So the fantasy window, we've got some picks for players that we're feeling, players that you're on the cusp of starting or not, and they're players we feel good about this week. So I'll go with mine first. This one, if you draft them, you're mad at him. Hey, that rhymes. I'm a poet. I didn't even know that I was making those two words rhyme.
Oh, my goodness.
But no, if you draft him, you're not feeling good. He's coming off a bye week, playing in prime time. He's got a good matchup. So what do you want me to say? It's Marvin Harrison versus Dallas. So I feel like every time...
Sorry, the shock was...
Ryan hates the pick.
The shock was palpable.
See, every time... we do a fantasy window, I feel like I'm taking someone against Dallas, but it's because Dallas is 32nd against fantasy wide receivers.
Are they really that low?
And they stay 32nd on a week-to-week basis because that's how good a matchup they are. Just consistently, they are that good a matchup. But yeah, Marvin Harrison, you drafted him in like the 4th round, and you're feeling not great about it. He's gotten you, this is full PPR, he's gotten you 7 points, 5 points, 13, 18, 7, 4, and then 18 week 1. So he's very up and down. Last 2 weeks you played him, you did not feel good about it at all. Dallas is a great matchup though, so I'm taking him for that one, and I think he'll be good for, the projection's 13 points, I think he'll be good for probably 15, so.
Jeez.
Fire him up. And more importantly, Kyler should be back from his injury now, so he should be getting his starting QB back. Not sure if that's better though, to be honest. So.
I don't know if that matters. I am not a fan of Kyler Murray, but I mean, if you're seeing some value here, I guess at least.
Why are you not a fan of him, Ryan? Because he's like 5'8"?
No, because he's.
Are you a heightist?
I mean, because he's on the Cardinals. Yeah, a heightist. He's short, 5'8" receiver. What's he doing?
They say he's 5'10", but there's no way. Like, I want to see, because Bryce Young is like 5'8". I want to see those two standing next to each other.
Bryce Young's short.
Yeah, I want to see those two standing next to each other because there's no way Kyler Murray's 5'10". So, all right, Ryan, who's your pick for fantasy window?
Fantasy window. We're just doing one. Do I have to choose between my two people?
I might have a second one.
Okay,
you can go.
This one is from left field. Wait. Sorry, other hand, left field. I was pointing the wrong direction.
Jonathan Taylor.
No. It's not a running back, it's a receiver. And this receiver is on the Dolphins, and his name is Malik Washington. And this is why it's from left field. Now, situation, Tyreek Hill's on IR for the rest of the year. Number 2 is now Malik Washington. And he's been getting 5 targets a game.
Sometimes he gets 0 yards, though.
And this is for the past 4 weeks since Hill's been out. I forget which week. Anywho, 5 targets a game. Also, 4 receptions a game. So
Sometimes for 0 yards, though.
Yeah, that is true. So there are some fringe cases, but the production seems like it could be there. So if I'm going to flex someone, if there's no one else out there on the waiver wire and you're looking for a flex play, he is playing the number 31, 30, basically the worst defense in the NFL at this point in time. So I think because of the matchup, he'd be a decent flex play.
Yeah. I've actually been meaning to talk to you about Malik Washington.
Oh, have you? Was he your second person? Do you not have a second person?
No, I have a second person, but with Malik Washington, this is specific to our couch league. A couple years ago, we made the decision to do player kick return and punt return yards. You get a point for every 25. The new kickoff rule almost guarantees you'll get like 70 kick return yards, and that's what Malik Washington does. So in our league, he has not been that good for fantasy, but in our league, the last 3 weeks, he's gotten 14 points, 13 points, 12 points. The 13 points, 7.5 of them, or no, 5 of them came from kick returns, and then the week before that was... it was like 6 points off of kick return.
Yeah, he gets like 100 yards.
Yeah, we might need to change that scoring because that makes kick returners all of a sudden way more valuable. If you can get 6 points a week from a dude that's a kick returner, that makes him better than most flex play options, I feel. So
it's something else you look into, and it's a way to get people more involved in the league. So I don't know if we should change it.
Mostly I'm just mad because I kept picking up Malik Washington, and then I kept getting forced to drop him because of bye weeks and whatnot. And then he was on and off my roster like twice, and then Nolan picked him up now, and I don't think Nolan's going to give him up because, like I said, he's good for 13 points a week right now with his current stat line plus kick return yards. So I'm just saying, I'm a little salty.
Yeah, we could change that. Instead of 0.025, we could go to 0.1, up the value. That's the direction you were wanting to
Probably
go?
something like that.
Okay,
Just because the new kick return rules make it to where you're returning way more. Before they were returning like 2 kicks a game, now you're returning all of them. So, now my second pick, this is just a quick one. This one is risky. It feels gross because this player got 0 points last week.
Yep, I know.
It's Quentin Johnston versus Tennessee. Tennessee's 29th against receivers. You're going to feel gross doing it after a goose, but what else are you supposed to do? The matchup is so good. He's always going to get targeted for a bomb, so...
His QB has the most passing yards in the league right now, so there's that.
Yeah, so I think, no matter what, he will get targets this game. He shouldn't get blanked again. But yeah, it's a risky one, but what are you going to do? You're definitely going to play Ladd McConkey. You're definitely going to play Keenan Allen. Quentin Johnston's just the kind of the odd man out most weeks, but you got to go for it now. Like, it's a good matchup, and, this should be some redemption for him, so...
I agree. I think it'd be a good play. Last week, Herbert only threw 25 passes, which is really low for Herbert especially, but for QBs too.
Yep.
So I think it's a good play. And so my second guy, strangely enough, is on the same team. How about that? Same team. He's a pass catcher. Same vein.
Is it the tight end?
It is the tight end.
Yes.
The tight end. I don't know how to say the name. Arande.
Here,
Arand.
I'll help you. Let's.
Okay, well he's looking for that. Arande Gadsden. Anywho, he's been having a couple good games these past couple weeks. Last 3 weeks, 7 receptions, 8 targets. Next week, 7 receptions, 9 targets.
Orande Gadsden. Yeah, you had it right.
It is Orande?
Yeah.
Okay. And then this past week, 5 receptions, 5 targets. And he's caught touchdowns these past 2 weeks. So, and then the playing percentage is up to 77%. Now, Will Disley has been injured these past couple weeks. However, I think he's involved enough that you fire him up as a risk play. I would rather play in our league Malik Washington, as Luke said, than this person. I would rather play Marvin Harrison than this person. But I'd probably put him top 10 tight end on the week. So I would expect at least 6-7 points from him.
Yeah, and I mean, given the current state of bye weeks, that's not terrible. I have to play Juwan Johnson in one league because Goddard's on bye, and I'm not feeling great about it. It's not a good matchup for him. So
Oh, you should have picked up this guy.
yeah, I think I'm going to stick with Juwan Johnson. Although it's a quarterback change, so that does kind of scare me. But
Yeah, I was going to trade for, who was it? Olave in a different league, and then I held off because I didn't know.
you probably were right to do it because I don't think he's going to be getting 11 targets a game. With the
Shuck it, dude!
We'll see. Okay. Yeah, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I probably am going to drop Juwan Johnson and pick up a different tight end. So.
No. Come on.
All right. So thanks for listening. Happy Halloween, Ryan. Do you wanna sing some pumpkin carols after this?
There are pumpkin carols.
Oh yeah, there's tons. Hundreds, maybe thousands. Probably more than Christmas carols, for sure.
I can't sing them if I don't know them, but I guess I would listen to one just to see what they are.
It's mostly from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
The Christmas movie.
Thanks for listening. See you later.
Bye.